Hello everyone, Terrence here with Hollywood Already Did It, and the folks at Warner Brothers have released the first trailer for Tenet, starring John Washington David, Robert Pattinson, and written by, and produced by Christopher Nolan. And we'll get into it after the jump. Real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell below. Anytime we have something, you will be one of the first to know about it. We are on that road to 100. So once we get there, we'll start doing some fun stuff in the channel, giving away some stuff, have some contests, all right? Let everybody know about the place. Now let's see what Christopher Nolan is offering us. Like typical with Christopher Nolan, you don't know much about the film that he's putting out there. He is one of the directors up there with Quentin Tarantino, where when he releases something, people are going to go see it. There are two things that you can always count on with a Christopher Nolan thing. Even if you may not like the film, one, you need to see it in a theater. No matter what it is, it needs to be viewed in a theater. And two, it's going to be something that causes your brain to think. It's not going to be something that you just take in and digest and spit out and you're done with it. This is going to be something that sits with you. Whether it be good or bad, whether you wind up not liking the film, it is something that you will think about long term. And that is what makes Christopher Nolan one of those directors that you kind of gotta see everything he does. So this is the first trailer. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what we got. And we will start this bad boy up now. It's like a Dark Knight opening.
I don't believe we've run into the burning building. But until we feel that heat, we can never know. You do. You chose to die instead of giving up your colleagues. That test you passed? Not everybody does. Welcome to the afterlife.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
Nuclear holocaust.
No,
Elizabeth Debicki.
something worse.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors.
Michael Caine, typical Christopher Nolan. Kenneth Branagh. Got some regular players in here. Branagh. With Michael Caine. Pattinson, of course.
Don't try to understand it. Feel it.
What'll happen here?
Hasn't happened yet.
Okay, there's some underlying stuff there. They're saying hasn't happened yet. It looks like you're playing with time with the car flipping over and then flipping back over. You can tell it's all realistic. He's not doing any of that CGI stuff, which is why you also see everything that Christopher Nolan does in theater, because it's going to be an IMAX film spread out. You need to watch it in that type of form. I'm interested. Like, I still don't know much. This is a teaser. I still don't know much about this film, but I like that cast. I like the way Christopher Nolan shoots, and I like that there seems to be some bigger element going on that we're not quite clear of. Whatever Tenet is, it's some underlying thing that seems to deal with stuff that's happening not in real time, in present, past, future, whatever, but there's a mystery, which is who Christopher Nolan is, who also has a very, outside of the Batman lore, has a very specific way of directing that deals with the confusion or the not parallel or straightforwardness of time. Memento and his magic one, I forgot which one. I think The Prestige is his. And didn't so much happen with the war. Actually, in the war film did too. So he has a way of tricking time so that the audience is not always up on their toes, and it feels like he's leading into that more in this. And I'm always in for stuff that makes you think and has you on the tip of your toes. If you give it to me, spoon feed it to me the normal way, I'm going to get tired real fast. But no matter what this trailer looked like, because of Christopher Nolan is one of those upper echelon directors, I was in. So I like this teaser, and it gives me just enough that I'm in without having to see more. It's much better than that little spot that he gave us of just John David Washington in a room that was on the IMAX stuff earlier this year for whatever that was. What did you guys think about this teaser? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and let me know. If you haven't already, you can follow us on Twitter at HollywoodADI. You can email us at HollywoodAlreadyDidIt@gmail.com. We also have a podcast by the same name that is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere that plays podcasts. We are there. This last episode, we talked about Jumanji, and this coming weekend, we'll be talking about Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. But that's it. That's what I think about Tenet. And I got my ticket. You got yours?